Hi everyone, Cosmic Mango here, your favorite mango from outer space. I hope everyone's having a wonderful week. In today's video, we are going to take a dive into the underrated gems within our beloved Commander format. The cards listed within this video are severely undervalued and not rated high enough at all. With Magic the Gathering having so many cards to choose from, many gems get lost within the colossal depth of Magic the Gathering cardboard that exists. I'm hoping that today you find a card that strikes your interest enough to pick up and try out. I've researched each card's playing stats on multiple sites, such as edhrec.com, making sure that they are indeed underrated and underplayed. Before we start, please don't forget to like, subscribe and hit that notification bell for more awesome Commander videos. So without further ado, sit back, relax and enjoy the show. Let's dive into these underrated gems. Number 1. Nils, Discipline Enforcer. A legendary creature human cleric that costs 1 white and 2 generic mana to cast. He has 2 power and 2 toughness and says the following. At the beginning of your end step, for each player, put a +1/+1 counter on up to 1 target creature that player controls. Each creature with 1 or more counters on it can't attack you or planeswalkers you control unless its controller pays X, where X is the number of counters on that creature. This is a cool one. Nil is indeed legendary, so it can be your commander if you wish. This is a unique card offering really cool card text for just 3 total mana. Nil offers a rather strange approach to your commander gameplay, as you'll be buffing up opponent's creatures. However, in the correct manner, or should I preferably say, in the correct deck, this can be powerful and of course get rather political. You can utilize Nil's abilities to your advantage, offering counters to certain creatures opponents control for something in return. If you like the idea of getting political and striking deals on the commander table, then this is one great card for you. You do not have to run Nil as your commander though. He can fit in so many great decks within the format. I love how he restricts players from attacking us unless they pay mana based on counters those creatures have. It's a great concept and can quickly snowball out of control. Its effects feels very much like a ghostly prison. Whether you decide to run Nil as your commander or add him to the 99 in one of your current decks, I'm sure you'll enjoy utilizing him. I think he is very cool and of course underrated. You can buy this legendary creature for around $4. Number 2. Ox of Agonas. A creature Ox that costs 2 red and 3 generic mana to cast. It has 4 power and 2 toughness and says the following. When X of Agonas enters, discard your hand, then draw 3 cards. Escape for 2 red mana. Exile 8 other cards from your graveyard. You may cast this card from your graveyard for its escape cost. Ox of Agonas escapes with a +1/+1 counter on it. Now this is an interesting one. Read it carefully. Card draw in red. How cool is that? Of course, ideally, you want to be casting this when you either have no cards in hand to discard or have such an awful hand that you really don't mind dropping it into your graveyard to draw 3 new cards. Besides, those cards that we discard could also come in handy in using Ox of Agonas' escape ability. Very nice synergy here and the card works very well. Red of course lacks card draw. It has very little going for it in the drawing card way. Of course, Ox of Agonas offers it with a small price tag. I really like this card and I'm surprised I've never really faced up against one before. Today in fact is the first time I've ever really seen it. Have any of you played this one before? Let me know. It looks like it can perform really well. Of course it doesn't have much going for it as an attacker, but perhaps in an Ox tribal deck it could do some funky stuff. Who knows? You can buy this card for around 90 cents. Number 3. Hallowed Burial. A sorcery spell that costs 2 white and 3 generic mana to cast. It says the following. Put all creatures on the bottom of their owner's libraries. I really like this board wipe and find it to be somewhat quirky. It doesn't do the usual destroy, send to graveyard effect. Instead, it sends all creatures on the bottom of their opponent's libraries, including our own. This is fantastic and can be used to get around things such as indestructible. Furthermore, it can stop any graveyard shenanigans since the cards are not going into the graveyard, but to the bottom of players' libraries instead, making it very hard for opponents to get back what they've lost, especially if they're playing a graveyard recursion deck. You can use this card to shut down many combos and tactics within the format. I own a copy myself and have always found it to be rather useful. I was surprised to see how little it is played, judging by online stats. You can buy this card for around 50 cents. Number 4. Pattern of Rebirth. An enchantment aura that costs 1 green and 3 generic mana to cast. It says the following. Enchant creature. When enchanted creature dies, that creature's controller may search their library for a creature card. Put that card onto the battlefield, then shuffle. Okay, I'm so surprised to discover how little this card is being used. Maybe it's at 4 total mana, or maybe there are better options out there that exist that I'm not aware of, or that I can't remember right now. I do, however, own this card and currently use it in a deck that I'm running, a green deck. It does really good, and I've used it before in many other decks and I've always found it to be great. I've done loads of crazy things with it, such as enchant a mana dork, sacrifice it, trigger Pattern of Rebirth, and bring in a Blightsteel Colossus. Oh my, that was a very good game. For me anyway, not for anyone else. There are so many options available with this aura. Use it to find a combo piece, your favorite creature, or whatever creature you may need to deal with for a specific threat on the board. You can do weird things as well, like let's say you have a creature that you don't want to lose. You can enchant it with Pattern of Rebirth in the hopes that no one's going to try to target remove it because you might have something better in your deck to bring out. You can do stuff like that, which is very nice. Pattern of Rebirth is awesome, and you can buy this card for around $3. Number 5. Polymorphist's Jest. An instant spell that costs 2 blue and 1 generic mana to cast. It says the following. Until end of turn, each creature target player controls loses all abilities and becomes a blue frog with base power and toughness 1/1. I like this froggy card. The spell allows you to turn target player's creatures into frogs with base power and toughness of 1/1 until end of turn. They also lose all abilities. This can effectively neutralize opponents' big threats on the board, allowing you to gain control of the board without removing creatures permanently. In fact, you can even use this to help clutch a win on that turn, or perhaps save you from a huge wave of large creatures that are coming your way. Very versatile card for just 3 total mana. Because it's instant speed, it can be played at any time during your opponent's turn, making it unpredictable. This can catch opponents off guard, especially if they are relying on a particular creature's ability. I like this one a lot. Might pick a few up. However, to buy one right now, they are around $6. A little bit pricey. I think we may need a reprint on this one. Hey everyone, fun little fact. Only around 13% of you watching this video are actually subscribed to me. So, you guys from the larger percentage who are coming back to view these videos, maybe think about subscribing. That would really make my day. Okay, let's dive back into this video. Number 6, Death Watch. An enchantment or a spell that costs 1 black mana to cast and says the following. Enchant creature. When enchanted creature dies, its controller loses life equal to its power and you gain life equal to its toughness. Okay, this is an interesting one. Massively unique and I really like it. It's a very efficient spell, only costing 1 total mana to cast. Deathwatch is superb at life drain, with a very simple yet effective strategy. Enchant an opponent's creature with the highest amount of power, and then remove it with another spell. The opponent will lose a massive chunk of life equal to whatever the power was on that creature, and as a bonus, we will gain life equal to what its toughness probably was. This is bonkers, and again, I have to repeat, this spell only costs 1 total mana to cast. Totally awesome. This is one excellent aura and very worth picking up. You can buy this card for around 35 cents, making it very budget friendly. Number 7, the final card on my list today. Frozen Aether. An enchantment spell that costs 1 blue and 3 generic mana to cast. It says the following. Artifacts, creatures and lands your opponents control enter the battlefield tapped. This is fabulous. So I was gifted this card many years ago from one of my best friends. He had recently started Commander and bought a box off eBay that had something ridiculous in it, like 5,000 cards. That box was really heavy, and it took around 5 of us and a whole afternoon to go through the box and put it into piles so he could actually make decks with the cards within the box. My buddy found like 5 of these in the box, and all of us were rather intrigued. We had never seen it before and thought it looked really good. Luckily, he gave us all 1 each. He's a great guy. This is a really cool card, you rarely see it, and can really cause havoc on a table of Magic the Gathering. It only affects your opponents, which really speeds up your game plan and slows them down in return. Anything in Magic the Gathering that does something like this is notoriously known for being rather powerful. Lands coming in tapped is probably the most frustrating effect of this card, and opponents often forget that it's happening, so make sure to watch when they play those lands. Keep an eye open for the whole game if you've got a frozen Aether in play, otherwise you're guaranteed to miss a few little tap effects. Overall, this is one solid card, and you can buy this card for around $1.30. Okay, we've arrived to the end of the video. What do you think of the cards I've listed? Do you have any recommendations on some underrated cards for Commander? If so, let me know in the comment section below. I love reading your comments and always try my best to answer them all. I hope you did enjoy the video. If you did, check out the 2 other videos that should have popped up on the screen. Please could you drop a like, comment and subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to hit that notification bell to keep updated for more of my future Commander content. Thanks for watching everyone, and as always, take care and goodbye.